Chlamydia.
Herpes.
Gonorrhea.
Oh, let's go.
Gonorrhea, chlamydia.
Gonorrhea.
Yep.
Chlamydia.
Syphilis.
Syphilis. It's made a comeback.
Herpes. Scabies. Can you get rabies?
It doesn't have to be a big ceremony. You don't need to have like a cake that you like slice open and then you like pull it open, then it says like gonorrhea on the inside of the slice, like, oh my God. It could just be like a phone call or...
Tinder? I mean, if they're all there in a list,
I mean,
it'd be pretty easy.
if I'm friends with them on Facebook, message them, yeah.
If you got far enough and actually have their phone number, yeah.
Yellow pages.
It's probably just being like, hey, I went and got an STI check. It came back positive. I think that you might want to get checked. And that's probably enough. You could probably just leave it at that.
It's polite.
Yeah. Polite and simple.
But the cake is the better way,
Yeah.
I think.
Just tracking where you've been and who you've been in contact with.
It's like retracing your steps.
With sex, I mean, like if you're having
Yeah.
that kind of contact with a lot of people, then that's all good, no judgment. But I would imagine that most people, we know.
Don't keep it.
No, they don't keep a record, but a mental
But
record.
you would know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
generally.
Yeah.
You do have those like profiles that are there and they're just like, come into my house and leave and we don't need to talk, we don't need to do anything.
Yeah, I would cruise at times when I'd get really horny. I'd cruise at public toilets and things like that, which a lot of gay men do.
Yeah.
Just not even gay men, men that
Yeah.
are into men, people, you know.
You'd barely even see the person, you wouldn't know their name.
Yeah.
So in terms of contact tracing, like you'd be fine.
Yeah.
When you kind of engage in that relationship, it is kind of your responsibility to follow it up, and it may be super awkward, but I feel like it is awkward and it's gonna be awkward, but it's just best to kind of like go and do it. Yes.
100%.
I'd want to know just to keep myself safe.
I think if you had something, I would like to think that I would take the responsibility of telling someone about it.
I feel like most people are decent human beings and they would tell you that or share it with you, even though it could be a hard thing to talk about.
A little bit of a good feeling that like, hey, at least I'm not gonna be a person that's gonna pass this on to someone else and I can end it with me. What do you think, Isaac?
Because there's a taboo stigma of like, we shouldn't talk about it, like no one wants to talk about it, everyone is avoiding it. And then once you get it tested, you could just be like, right, I have an issue, like I can resolve it. And then it's real empowering doing that.